Good morning, it's Monday. Time for some book talks. I did my last book talk on Thursday, and I actually haven't finished any books since then. I am solidly in the middle of everything that I'm reading right now. I'm reading Dune, which is a classic sci-fi novel. I'm reading Girl Man's Up, which is shaping up to be really good, and I'll probably talk about that next Monday. And I'm also listening to an audiobook called Dark Matter, which is a sci-fi thriller that's pretty good, as well as slowly plugging along through the Serial Reader app. I'm about 3/4 of the way through Crime and Punishment, so yeah, I'll be talking about those soon. So what I'm going to do today, since I haven't finished any books, is very quickly talk about 2 books that I have read and may eventually read again, and 3 books that I haven't read that have to do with Black History Month. We have a display here in the library, and you are welcome to check books out from it. So if you see anything interesting on there, just grab it and tell us your name, and we'll check it out to you. But it's right there at the front when you walk into the library. We'll start with this one. I have read this one. I really feel like I need to read it again because I read it kind of here and there between some other stuff that I was reading. So I don't feel like I got the full effect of it. But it's by, the author's last name is Coates, Between the World and Me, and this is written as a letter to his teenage son, and it's about his experiences being black in America. Okay, so check it out, highly recommend it. This one, I've also read this one, and I do feel like I should read it again. I've been pushing this book at people for a couple of years now, and I don't think I've actually got anybody to check it out, which is surprising to me. It's called Day of Tears by Julius Lester, and it's based on an actual historical event, a huge slave auction during which it rained torrentially the entire time, and some of the people that were involved, referred to it as this was the Day of Tears. This was God crying for all of the atrocities that were being committed. But it was a very powerful book. It's told in dialogue, kind of set up like a play. Okay? It's very quick. It's very, kind of spaced out a little bit, but it's also, like I said, it was really super powerful. This is one of those books I remember when I was reading it originally, I couldn't stop talking to people about it, about how awesome it was. Even before I finished it, I was like, this is the best book. This book's fantastic. Everybody should read this book. So somebody come and read this book. We have 2 copies of it. You could read it with a friend and talk about it. So, Day of Tears. This one I have not read, A Different Mirror, A History of Multicultural America by Takaki. And this is the young people's version. There's an adult version that I'm thinking about buying. It would just have a little bit more in-depth information about the particular stories that are discussed in this. But the main idea behind this book is that typically in American history textbooks and classrooms and things like that, we tend to focus on the majority. We don't necessarily hear stories of people from various different cultural groups and their experiences in American history. So it looks like a big book, but again, huge margins, relatively short chapters. I'm going to try to read this here soon, and then I can talk about it more in more detail later. But if anybody else wants to check it out before I read it, you're welcome to do so. And lastly, I think Miss Quarter mentioned these, or we mentioned them in another book, but this is March. It's a graphic novel trilogy written by Congressman John Lewis and some others about their participation in civil rights movement activities in the 60s. Okay, I have not read this yet. I've had this one on my radar for a while. We've had it here at school, and I just didn't pick it up for some reason. I don't know why. I like graphic novels. So I'm going to take these home and try to get them read this week also so that I can talk about them in more detail on Monday. So anyway, that's all I've got for today, and we'll see you on Thursday with a tip. If you have any suggestions for a tip that you would like us to cover, please just let us know. You can send us an email, or you can contact us on one of our many various social media profiles, whatever. Anyway, okay, that's it.